Hi everybody, thanks for joining me. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to compare some holographic polishes for you. I have had a couple of requests, specifically one from this person here who has asked me to compare the China Glaze Tronica holographic polish with my Enfuo and show you those side by side. So I'm going to do that. And then I also had a request from this person, and I'm sorry I don't have my request list in front of me, and I'm kind of in a hurry, so I will look up those names again to show you kind of how to apply holographic polishes, because I know they do go on a little bit differently than regular polish, and some people I know get a little frustrated, so I wanted to just kind of show you how to go ahead and do that. And then I thought, as a little added bonus, on this finger I actually just painted some silver polish. This one is Sally Hansen Insta-Dry Silver Sweep. And I'm going to apply this sort of holographic top coat that I got from my friend Lori on Facebook. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and start with showing you how to apply. So I'm going to use my Enfuo number 61. Love, of course, if you've seen my other Holo Amazing video, you know how much I love this polish. I'm a bit of a freak. So I'm going to show you basically how to apply it. It does go on in sort of grainy. I mean, I guess that's the only word I could really think to use. When you go to swipe it, let me see if I can get a good angle here. When you go to swipe it, you've got to be really gentle. And I'm going to show you basically, when you start, if I keep doing this, see how it's actually pulling that polish off? That's the part that gets frustrating for people, that they don't, it doesn't go on evenly. They start to brush and it starts pulling the polish, or it scoots everywhere. The biggest tip I can offer is to put it on really, really lightly. Treat it almost like a crackle polish. Try not to brush over it too many times, because otherwise it starts to pull. See that? In order to get that stuff just right, if you've started to pull, don't get frustrated and wipe it off. Take the polish and get a little bit more on your brush and just sort of tap it in. The nice thing about this stuff is it does sort of settle. So it will sort of even out the layers. It doesn't get a bumpy thing from just kind of tapping and smushing it on. Okay? So if you have problems with it, do that way. And then you'll have a decently even coat. Expect with holographic polishes to put at least 2 coats on. The first coat will be semi-sheer, as you can see by this one from the China Glaze Tronica collection. I put a single coat on here using the very light stroke method. I didn't have to tap any of it in. This one, as you can see, is much thicker of a coat because I had to tap it in. Okay. So then when you go to do a second coat, like I'm going to do with my China Glaze, this one is the hologram. And I believe this would hold true for any holographic polish, because any holographic I've got works the same way. This powder just sort of wants to settle. So I'm just going to very gently and lightly swoosh that over the top. And when you go to put your holographic on, don't get frustrated with the fact that it doesn't look holographic when you first put it on, because the hologram starts to show after the stuff dries. See, as you can see, this is beginning to dry and the hologram is really starting to show. Let me go ahead and put my top coat, holographic top coat, on my finger. If you make one of these, I would say make sure you put a couple of like BBs in the bottom, which I did. See if you can see it. See that kind of right there, that little shadow? That's the BB. It kind of rolls around in here to shake that up, because this powder will settle to the bottom and it'll just look like some foggy clear polish with a bunch of stuff at the bottom. So you got to shake it up really, really good to make sure that the holographic pigment is mixed in there nicely. And I do not own any of the other holographic top coats, the ones like Northern Lights, or I think there's a couple of other ones out there. I don't own any of those, so this is the only holographic top coat I've got. Again, you can't see it right now. We're going to let that dry. In fact, I don't even know how much powder I really got on that one, so I'm going to probably need at least a couple of coats for that. So what I'm going to do is let all of these dry. I'll add a second coat of this so I get it where I want it, and then I'm going to show you more up close to show you the comparison of the holographic effect. Okay, so here it is with the reveal. Here is the one with that holographic top coat. And I'm angling it down so you can see where it glitters. Okay, that is that one. Now here is the Tronica polish, which doesn't look terribly different from that. If you look for the right angles, there you go, you can see more of it. This one shows better in the sun than this one, but I mean, when you look at it this way, it looks like this sparkles more. Kind of hard to compare. They're pretty close though. This one still is a little bit prettier in the sun. But that's over silver. Then I also did the holographic top coat over black, just so that you could see how really pretty this stuff is. Yeah. That just, it's a scattered holographic. It's not necessarily linear, but if you really, really look, you can sort of see how it's trying. But yeah, so that is just gorgeous. And then, bam! Yeah, Enfuo, right? As usual, everything a holographic polish should be. Linear, gorgeous. See? So it does tend to make these look rather dull. These are fun. Then you go, whoa, okay? But over a dark color, this one I think is just gorgeous. And that's the nice thing about having a top coat with a hologram, because you can make any color you want holographic. Oh, and as one final tip, I thought I would test out my Enfuo and see if it stamps, because I think somebody may have asked me about that as well. And I stamped these little lips from the Bundle Monster plate number 2. And sure enough, there it is. It stamps. So I've got a nice, I've been kissed by Enfuo. All right, that's it for the comparisons. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.